day it is. Thursday, heading to the bowling alley. Hopefully we're going to bowl better than we did last week. Not what we were hoping for, but that's part of it. Doesn't always go the way you expect it to. You don't always shoot the scores that you want to shoot, and that's hopefully what this vlog is about. It's about the grind, it's about getting better, it's about making adjustments, choosing the right ball, about learning together. So we're going to go give it another shot. Our vlog goal is to average 220. I think we shot like 580 something last week. Put ourselves a little bit in the hole, but that's going to happen. We have nights like that, so that's okay. We're going to shoot much better tonight. There will be no Blazing Wing challenge tonight, unfortunately. This is not an off Friday for our team, so we all have to work tomorrow. We will not be staying out late and going to Buffalo Wild Wings. Scotty's still in recovery from last week. But what we're going to do with our Thursdays that we don't do Blazing Wings, we're going to practice. We're going to take advantage of our 2 free games offered to us by the bowling center, and we're going to shoot spares. We're going to grind out some spare practice. We'll try and make that part of the routine. You got to practice and you got to shoot your spares, especially if you want to succeed in tournaments or nationals. I think everybody knows this, but nobody puts in the time to do it, so we're gonna do it. As far as game plan, let's talk about game plan. Game plan is really important. Game plan did not work out last week whatsoever, which is fine. We're going to have that. So our game plan got derailed pretty early because in practice, in the first game or so, lanes played a lot slicker than they have in the previous 3 or 4 weeks. The last 3 or 4 weeks they've been dry. That line hasn't looked good, so we game planned around that, and we showed up last week and they were fine. So game 1, we used astrophysics last week. That was not part of the game plan, but it looked pretty good. And then the lanes changed quite a bit in a way that we weren't expecting. They got really dry really fast. Back ends were screaming. You could say it was a little bit over under. It was mostly just over. The lanes were overhooking. Even a touch outside, ball was going to come screaming back. So made it pretty tough, and it happened really fast. So lots of splits, a lot more splits than we normally throw. Led to some really bad scores, but that is part of it. Hopefully less splits tonight. As far as game plan goes, I think we're gonna try the astrophysics again to start the night with. Had such a good look the first game or so. Had a good look in practice, had a good look first game. And what's gonna be different this time is we're going to plan on switching to the phase 2, which is ultimately what we did at the end of this session last week, into the set. Switch to the phase 2, strong enough to move left, and the good solid strong cover stock on it, symmetrical, low RG, high diff ball was nice and slow on the back end. Just really tamed down that crazy back end reaction we were seeing. Ball reaction gets pretty challenging in my opinion. Balls kind of do the opposite of what they're marketed to do, if that makes sense. Because, I mean, you get your monster, expensive, heavy oil, heavy hooking balls, and these are the balls that are slower on the back ends because they're so strong, they're burning up their energy. So that's where we're at. That's where we're at with bowling ball technology these days. Balls are so strong that they don't hook. The weaker balls hook, they save all their energy, explode off the friction on the back end. You have to go to your biggest ball, your heaviest oil, biggest hooking ball to tame down the reaction. So it's very interesting that that's not the way that balls are perceived or ball motion is perceived. It's certainly not the way they're marketed, but that is something that obviously the pros have figured out, better house bowlers have figured out, and I'm still working on it. Well, that's the game plan. Game plan tonight is astrophysics game 1. As the back ends start to hook a bunch, as the pattern breaks down in the mid lane, it gets really dry, we're going to switch to the phase 2, and we're not going to be shy about moving left. We're going to move left. That was something really interesting to me watching back from the video last week. You're not seeing yourself it's interesting to get a different perspective of yourself throwing the ball. Felt like I was really far left. Felt like I was looking the whole lane and standing way further left than I'm used to. But looking back, I didn't look that deep. So I certainly think there's a lot more room on the left side of the lane that I can get into as the night goes on, as the lane dries out. So start with astrophysics, switch to the phase 2 to tame down the back ends and not be afraid to move left and give myself some room. So that's the game plan. Hopefully it works out. 670, that's our goal tonight. 670, what we need to average for the rest of the year per my calculations to hit our goal of 220. And we would like to start with that here on episode number 2. See if we can book us a 670 and get back in the green for the vlog.